Welcome to this day 6. So far, we have been seeing what is design system, how to introduce, how to even start with the basics case study, how you can start building your own UI component element, and how you can even build your own library of design system. In this video, you're going to see the power of generative AI. You're going to see how using design system, how using generative AI, you can scale up your design journey, design projects in at least 10 to 20x faster. If you apply whatever we are teaching in this particular video, at least you'll be 20x faster than any of your core designers working with you. Because you need to know it's not only our intelligence, it's also the artificial intelligence which is going to help you even grow much faster. Okay, a lot of people know about AI tools, a lot of people know about certain what you call basic tools like ChatGPT. But in this video, look at how I'm using the tools in a different way. And there are certain plugins also which I'll try, which you can apply in your projects as well to scale up faster. Let's jump in. So we are in the day 6, that's what I'm saying. Particularly, we are going to see introduction of design system, which we already know, like why it is very important and why we are applying for certain UI components. We are creating guidelines, we are creating patterns, and then we are doing a lot of justification and documentation also for it. But this is what we already know. What we are going to see speciality in this particular video is how you can automate certain things, how you can avoid certain repetitive tasks, and how you can use the power of generative AI to create even more faster work and presentations. Okay, listen very carefully. Let's say if you're using particularly design systems, if you're using any kind of a guidelines, any usage, like particularly any documentation, if you're creating a library of color palettes, a library of particular icons, a library of particular grid systems and graphics and spacing and everything, you have to create a very detailed case study and the graphics around it, right? For that, you need to understand, first of all, you have to create the basic library for you, which you have done in the already earlier videos. If you have not watched that, please go and come back here. Okay, provided if you've already built that, you can use that to detail it out in a much faster way. Jagdish, how do I do it? There is particularly ChatGPT. You can use this in a more extensive way. Okay, I'm going to show it live for you how you can develop using the power of AI with the basic ChatGPT itself. Okay, yes. So I'm just opening the ChatGPT screen here, like as you can see. Okay, yes. So you can use a command called Windows H, which will be enabled for the voice typing. If that is not enabled, go to your settings in your Windows, and if you are using Mac, you can use what you call Apple and Alt button, or maybe the shortcut would be different for your Mac because it's customizable there. So try it out, because if you keep on typing, it will take a lot of time. Okay, so I'm just trying to say, hey ChatGPT, I'm going to build an application for elderly women who are staying in their house and they are not able to find out people who can help them for cooking, cleaning and basic household activities, and they can able to get support from the local people because they are staying out of the family. How can I create a website or a mobile app so that they can able to easily get access to them? For this particular product, I'm building a design system like components of color palette and grid system and spacing and buttons and graphics. So kindly give me the details and the reasons, or maybe the guidelines what I can create to build it. Okay, so right now I've used ChatGPT because I'm starting from new. Okay, ideally, if you are watching this video, you should have built your UI components and you particularly the grid system library, everything for you. Okay, but now I'm just taking an example so that you can understand the system and you can apply it for your own project. So look at the detailing how ChatGPT gives. It gives you a research, it gives you a kind of basic persona, or maybe it gives you what are the WCAG guidelines which you can take, and it ensures that the WCAG guidelines should have a AAS standard. All images should be descriptive, all particular design system components, everything is detailedly suggesting out. Okay, like let's say if you wanted to create font size, it could be minimum 16x font size, and the line spacing could be 1.5x. So detailed, right? So now you're going to understand very detailedly how it is happening. Okay, like let's say if you wanted to go and see, and you can see there are many other headings, subheadings, titles and descriptions, icons, everything is being detailedly put it out here based on the current what you call guidelines, whatever we have in the WCAG, which is website content accessibility guidelines. And there are many standards for medical standards and many standards for people who are disabled, specially able to. So all these things, standards will be applicable. Let's say if you want to take something from the IBM case study, okay, can you take some basic design system from IBM case study and Google material case study and restructure it in a more detailed way, and also provide me how can I build buttons and primary buttons, secondary buttons, and create some icons around it. So please give me a detailed justification and details and the documentation for it. See, even if you make mistakes, ChatGPT will recorrect it and then it'll produce a proper output. Okay, even if your grammar is bad, even if your sentencing is not correct, do not worry. It all takes. Look at this. Even that can suggest you what kind of a colors you can keep for certain be easily viewable. Okay, so now this is the power of generative AI. We know that a lot of people don't know like how to use it properly, but you'll have to tune the prompt in a way so that it can exactly help you out to bring it out. Okay. Yes. So it has produced everything. So now your job as a designer is to communicate this design systems effectively across your team, your freelancers, or maybe in your organization, or maybe you have to document this properly, because you can create a lot more output with your entire team if you set this design system properly, which is what we have seen in the last 2 videos, how you can communicate effectively with this. Okay. So now look at what I'm doing. So I'm going to take this particular output. I'm just copying this, guys. Okay. I'm just copying all of this, what you call text, whatever is available, and just put Control C. Okay, and it also given me a code and everything. Yeah, that's okay, no problem. It has given conclusion and everything. I'm opening another app called Gamma.ai. Okay, look at what's happening now. Gamma is a beautiful presentation tool. I hope a lot of people might know it, but a lot of people might not know the full details of what it can do. Okay, just watch it out. I'm just opening GAMMA.app. Okay, this is gamma.app, gamma.app. I'm just sharing out the screen. I hope now you can see this clearly. Okay, so this is the Gamma dashboard, and you can just put a Google, what you call, you can just put a Google search, you will get it out. Okay, if you create a new project, it will ask you for 3 different type of ways. Paste in the text. Let's say if you paste the content, whatever you're taking from the ChatGPT, it will automatically create a beautiful presentation. Okay, wait, you'll get mind blown once I demonstrate this tool in front of you. Second, it will give you their own way of presenting using their content. Okay, you just have to give the prompt. Right now this is not needed for us because we are the content dictators here. Okay, this is for creating files and document and everything, which is important, which is not required now. I'm going for this one. Okay, so look at this now. So here the text is available. I'm just copy pasting it here. I've just pasted whatever I got it from the ChatGPT. In fact, I'll take the conclusion as well. Okay, so I'm just pasting the content as well. So how am I going to make it? I'm going to make it like a document, right? So now, if you want to create as a web page, you can do it. If you want to create as a presentation, you can do. But we are going to document it, right? Design system is obviously meant for documentation creation. So we are going to do that documentation only. So look at this now. I'm going to give create. Okay. I'm just giving an input for the tool so that it can do its job properly. Basically, ChatGPT and Gamma works really better. The seamlessness of what it can do is very great. Okay, just listen to me now. There are 3 options in which you can set this particular engine. First is, if you want to add more what you call details and information, you can give generate, because it will go and do the online research. It will interface with many AI tools and online search, and it will create. But in this case, we don't need that because we've already inputted that. If you want to condense the information and give it like a bullet shooter style, so you can do that. But in our case, we will just put preserve, because whatever we have created the details, it has to be there. Only I need the presentation. Okay, look at this. I'm going to keep the language English. You can, if you want, you can change this to particular image, or maybe if you want, you can use AI kind of images. Like that's totally fine. Whatever you want, you can able to create it. Okay. So now I want to create it like let's say I'll not go for the pro one. I'm just using the what you call pre version. Okay. Look, I'm just giving the content creation. Now it will ask you for the theme, what I have to create. For this particular context, I'll create a very, what do you call, a very plain background theme. Okay, and it will show you what are the primary buttons I can create, what are the secondary buttons I can create. See, look at this, how clearly it is coming. So now look what's happening. Generate. Okay, ready to get mind blown, ready to see the power of what a generative AI can do in very faster span of time. So what it does in the background is it creates a beautiful presentation, but it also interfaces with the ChatGPT input, whatever we have given, and it understands what I really want, and it exactly produces the output of what we are exactly making, because we are going to communicate it through design system using the what you call the components what we've designed, and we have to communicate it to the team, freelancers. So this presentation will make sure that is happening properly. Okay, so that's the beauty of this. Look. Okay, so look, comprehensive design system for elderly women. So it has created a very good comprehensive guide outline. See, this is what we are exactly doing, right? So it automatically sets the what you call context. It automatically provides the color palette, so you don't have to worry anything. See, it has even put AI driven images, which is not copyright protected. You can just use it because it's all royalty free. You can just communicate it to your designers and developers just like that. You can just give a basic design output, they'll be able to do it. See, look at the primary colors, it all takes. Look at the neutral colors, it all provides with the color codes and RAL strips, whatever what you call RGB or CMYK color code it has been given. And also it has provided the justification why it is. The high contrast color scheme ensures readability and accessibility, which is exactly meeting the requirement of elderly people, right? Look at this, how detailed it has been created. And typefaces, you can use Roboto, you can use Arial, you can use Helvetica, and sizes, you can use this one for heading, subheading. Your job is done. So easy, crystal clear, to the point, very simple, right? Like let's say if you wanted to make this in an even different way, okay? And you can read all of this particular headings of this slide, and then you can move it here. Let's say if you wanted to move the color palette to the fourth slide, yeah, you can move it. If you wanted to move these buttons to the second slide, yeah, you can move it. It's all very easy. If you make it look like this view, you can find all the contents here like a PPT side thumbnail view. Okay? If you want to create as a list, you can do it. So use this tool effectively, because there are a lot of options which I'm not taking you right now, but you can try it out. Okay, like let's say if I wanted to create more visualized way, you can go to this button and you can create an option which is called, like let's say I'll create this one. Okay, maybe it's not coming here. I'll try with the other one. Okay, see, I can create it like a timeline. Look, if more options were there, I can able to create it like a timeline. That's also possible. Let's say if I wanted to create it like a what you call arrows, still I can create it like a arrows. Like let's say if you wanted to add more arrows, like you can add more arrows. If you want to add more arrows like this. So the presentation style is so easy, very visually easily digestible for the people who are going to read it. Okay, so you don't have to break your head much. This does all of your heavy lifting inside your applications and everything. Okay, if you want to create something like a what you call staircase, look at this, beautiful, right? I'll try to show it in a different way. Maybe this has been taken in a different format. Yeah. Basic guideline. Okay, so people can understand what you're trying to say by just watching and reading this content. It's not heavy paragraph based huge content where people will be bored to read all the design system what you created. It's like very simple. It's the way in which you can make it very easily for your own documentation. Let's say if you're a student, let's say if you're somebody who's documenting your case study for the portfolio, it does take only few minutes, right? Hardly we've been doing this for the last 6 minutes, 5 minutes. It's all done. You just have to go export and save it out. That's it. Okay, like however you want, you can able to create this content in a more extensive way. Let's say if you wanted to add more detailing to it. Okay, like let's say there are many options here. You can just try it out, but I'm just showing you something, some basic things. Like let's say image with the text. See, it has produced you an image, but you can able to generate. Sometimes if you want to generate using AI, it does. See, I just click the option generate image, it created. See, I'm just using AI, but you can import your own image which is relevant to your project, which is relevant to your own case study, which is relevant to your persona or your target market. Okay, it takes little time because it's going and searching in the online, it is providing. See, right now it has provided, you can see, right? So you can able to reduce the size, that's okay. If you want, you can able to increase the size. If you want, you can make it what you call your own customized image. That's totally up to you, no problem at all, guys. Okay, so however you want, you can generate this content in a more extensive way. If you want, you can add something like pyramid. Look at this. If you want to hierarchically produce an information, you can put 1, 2, 3. So all these things is possible, guys. This is a very beautiful tool where you can put all of this. See, look, it automatically took the style of numbering. Okay, so people will understand if it's a timeline, if it's a process, if it's a system. Because in design system, if you're not communicating properly, people will not understand the theme, style guides, and the particular brand language and the systems what you've created. So this creates a lot of problem there. Okay, you can go to this three arrows and then you can try to create export. The moment when you go to export PDF, it will export as PDF. If you export as PowerPoint, it will export as PowerPoint. If you want to retain text, certain typeface, you can do it. If you want to use certain, if you want to remove this gamma batch, you can take it out. Maybe it'll ask you for pro, but yeah, anyway, you can keep it. That's okay, no problem. If you're a student, you can just start with this, okay? And give done, that's it. It will produce you the output. So what else you need? So now you've understood the power of using generative AI. You can create design documentation of a design case studies in just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's why I told you, you can at least make your journey 20x faster compared to any of the designer. First, a lot of people will not know how to even implement the design system. First, a lot of people will not know how to even find out the right elements from the design system. After that, they'll not know how to use AI to generate their content and make it even more proofreading with guidelines, which is WCAG. And if you want add some details, you can add it. And a lot of people might not know how to create a presentation out of it. And there is one more element also, which I'll show you. Like, let's say if you're creating more content like this, if you wanted to add some slides also, you can add. Let's say if you want to add some content, if you want to create something else, you can go back to the prompt, you can able to create, that's okay. But if you want to add a slide here, okay, I'll add a slide here. Okay, you can add a blank. So here I can do something like, there'll be a chat box which will be available. Okay, so I can add more content as well. See, I'm generating content here. No PPT tool does it. Okay, look, can you give me what is the WCAG guidelines and its content? Look, I don't know a WCAG guideline. Maybe my freelancer who's going to work doesn't know it. Maybe the design team doesn't know. I'm just adding this content there. Okay, look, it exactly provided me what is WCAG guideline and what is perceivable, operable, understandable, robust. And in fact, that is the real content of it. Okay, and it provides me the input so that people who don't know that content, they can able to come and watch back here. See, this is how it is. Super mind-blowing tool, guys. A lot of people don't use this. A lot of people don't understand this. See, I'm going to create it like a pyramid. Sorry, I'm coming out here. Okay, and I'm just creating like a even more. I'll create it like a timeline so that people will know very clearly like how to even find out this. See, people will follow what. Okay, maybe I can extend this. I can rearrange this, shape it, however you want. You can do it, guys. See, this is a beautiful one presentation tool which can do the AI search, which can do image creation, which can do a beautiful way of presenting the information, and it's just export, drag and drop, take it out. That's it. Okay, so this is how you can able to fast track your design documentation in a more faster way. Using this tool, guys, using this particular method of making the content and creating, in one day you can be able to do a very effective project and submit it to anybody. Let's say if you're specifically attacking an industry, if you're specifically targeting an industry, you can use this power to generate much faster content, which you will not do it in a conventional way. It will take at least 2-3 weeks for you to do it. Okay, that's the point. So I just showed you the demonstration of it. Okay, and you can create content, you can use UI components, you can use your own component which you already did. And we saw accessibility guidelines. If you want to create more guidelines, you can add, and you can create user stories. Same ChatGPT you can use for creating user stories. Same ChatGPT you can use for creating personas. If you want to create 10 user persona, use the ChatGPT same to give 10 personas. It will give you. You don't have to break your head. Okay. Again, don't prematurely use ChatGPT and Gamma and other things here. First, do your own research. I believe you watched all these videos. Okay, this is not a shortcut. This is a way to accelerate. This is not what you call directly you come and experience the power of AI. It won't work effectively if you don't know how to interface with the device properly. If you don't know how to interact and take the best out of ChatGPT. If you're not using your intelligence first, if you're not using your GPT first, then ChatGPT will not make any sense, because people will easily read through. You're taken just from the online. The way in which I'm telling you, if you try to do it, it will add up more intelligence to your own intelligence, what you already created, and it will make it look like you have exactly gone through this and did it. That's how the world is moving in a different way now. Okay, we need to understand this before jumping into the AI tools and getting the output directly. A lot of students whom I'm working with, I can see their portfolio, their description, their LinkedIn profile, bio, portfolio. Everything is directly ChatGPT scripted. I can see in one go. Recruiters are much smarter than you guys. they will be able to guess what you did in just 1 second or maybe just 10 seconds if they go through it. Because if you're not using your brain first to just generate certain content and make it in a more customized way, then there is no point in doing this projects at all. That's why I'm telling you with a caution, don't use these tools prematurely. Okay, use it in a more careful way. Yes. So yeah, so design components you can review once, and you can provide some feedbacks for the what you call, let's say if you're doing more projects like this, sometimes what happens is people will not understand your work. People will do it, but it will not be 100% right. At that time you need to give some iterations, you need to give some feedback, you need to give some kind of a guidelines, you need to give another kind of a meeting. So that's why I'm telling you, sometimes 100% is AI tools and communication will not work. Many times you will have to iterate with your with your freelancers, with your developers, with your own teammates, so that they get in line, they get in track, and then you will also get to know, okay, the work is exactly happening faster like this. Because even establishing design system, sometimes the accuracy will not be 100%. That is why the iterations and the feedback is most important. Okay, and then let me give you some more instructions and tools also, how you can even create it more. Okay, ChatGPT, I told you, you can use API access for integration. Again, this is really high level, you don't have to do it right now. Okay, and you can use some predefined prompts. You can ask ChatGPT, what are all the prompts I can give for creating design system in an extensive way, and you can save it in your Word file, okay, Google Sheet or something. And whenever you're creating a case study, copy that prompt, and then you can put it your project name and put it your project user persona details. Just click enter. It will exactly produce to the output whatever is required. You don't have to even type anything. Okay, so these are all the way you can create faster. So you can do multiple projects in a very shorter span of time using this technique. That's the power of using AI. And also you can generate design documentation in no point of time. Okay, so this is the power of using that particular chat GPT. You can use Perplexity, you can use any other tools like Claude.ai, Simplified. There are many tools available, guys. You can do it. Okay, before coming into this, let me write it that also for you, because you will know very clearly. Okay, you can use Claude.ai, and you can use Simplified, you can use Perplexity. So these are all the other tools which you can definitely try it out fast, so that you will get more clarity. Okay, so now there are some tools like, let's say, Figma plugins, which can even automate your work. There is a tool called Autoflow. It can automatically generate user flow diagrams for you. There is a tool called Content Reel. It can generate some placeholders, text, images, icons, etc. There is a tool called Simulayer. What you can do is you can edit similar layers in a very simultaneous point of time. Like, you don't have to work on multiple layers again and again. This saves you a huge time. So these are all the tools which can automate your works faster. These are all the tools which can accelerate your journey towards making a project in a shorter span of time. Okay, you can use a tool called Design Lint. This will produce your output where you can find out some errors even before a designer or a developer points out. This is a beautiful tool. And there is a tool called Spacing Buddy. You can spread the consistent spacing across different components. What happens, Jagdish, with these tools? These tools will accelerate your journey in a more seamless way, because many times you won't be able to do it manually with one-to-one. That is why ChatGPT AI tools is one thing, but inside Figma or inside any other tools, if you're using Adobe XD, or maybe if you're using Sketch Pro, or maybe if you're using any other tools which is for wireframing, prototyping, these plugins will help your work, help you to do a little faster work. Okay, maybe I'll share you my screen and I can help you with some basic tools which you can try first. Okay, I'll just open it quickly. It's a little bit loaded. So just a second, guys. Yes, like, let's say if I'm creating a frame here. Okay, maybe I'm just creating a circle here. Okay, creating a text here. Name, gender, and status. Okay, I'm just creating a small element so that you can able to try it out. I'm just putting the. Okay, I'm just creating these elements. It's a basic, like, let's say if I have to create a color out of it, let me put it black. Okay, so like this, you're creating some kind of a let's say if you're designing a shopping application. Okay, ideally speaking, you will be creating something like this, something like basic products, or maybe you will be also creating something like this. Okay, you can drag and drop, you can duplicate it, and you can create it like a grid also, so that you can replicate it in a horizontal, vertical way, whatever. Okay, imagine you're having like this. If you want to fill the names here, if you want to fill the avatars here, if you want to create a different names, which is just for the prototype purpose, ideally speaking, you have to go and click it and do it manually, right? But look what is happening. There is a plugin called manage plugins. Okay, there is a plugin called content reel. Okay, I'm just running this plugin. Yes. So I just want to create some avatars here. Okay, look what's happening here. Look what's happening here. It all created in just one click. It happened. You don't have to even break your head. If you wanted to fill with a female, you can do. If you wanted to select one image and click one guy randomly here, it will automatically populate. Now look what's happening. If I have to create for text, like let's say I'll go for this text. Okay, you can see this nav bar in the top. You can use for the images. If you use for the icons, if you want to use text, you can use it. Okay, like let's say if you want to create names. Okay, see Jacob Jones, it came. Okay, I want to create. Okay, so however you want, you can able to create it. Look, let's say if you want to create here, you want to create here, you want to create here. So ideally speaking, you can able to create literally hundreds and hundreds of names using this particular thing. Okay, so if you want to create date, if you want to create address, if you want to create phone number, if you want to create avatars, if you want to create icons, if you want to create image, everything is literally possible. You can even add photos if you want to add personalizedly. Okay, let's say if you're using it. So that's the point of using this particular thing. I just showed you an example. There are hundreds of plugins available in Figma which you can try it out. Okay, best plugins I've showed you, but you can able to try a lot more things. Like let's say Simulator is one of the beautiful plugin. You can try with Design Lens. Design Lens points you where you made a mistakes, where your automated design is actually having a problem, where your spacing is uneven, where your radius is uneven. All these things will be given very easily. Batch styler, you can apply the styles to multiple elements at once, so that you can able to correct it in one go. You don't have to do it again and again in multiple places. You can use BG remover, which will remove your BG. Make sure these plugins are having a proper space to run in your system. Okay, many times what happens is, even when I use Figma, many times it crashes, many times it doesn't run properly. So make sure your system is really good. Okay, and then some plugins will not work properly. You can use auto layouting, like you can use auto what you call, let's say if you wanted to use responsive screens across website tab and everything, you can create auto layouting plugin. It will automatically make your designs available for the website, for the tablet, for the mobile very easily. Okay, and you can use presentation creator. There is a plugin in Figma which is presentation creator, which will create beautiful presentation out of your entire work. You don't have to even do presentation. Okay, icon scout, it will bring you a lot of icons. Noun project, it will bring you a lot of icons. So all of these things are tools which can help your work very, very faster. Not knowing this will make you a lot of times, what you call, not knowing this will make you very strained, and you will drain your energy in an entire day doing it everything manual. Why don't you use the power of this system? Why don't you use the power of this generative AI? Why don't you use the power of automating certain things which is repetitive and make your design at least 20x faster? Okay, so now you can, if you're using Sketch, you can use convert Sketch diagrams into React code. You can use Sketch to React, you can use Anima. I've not used Sketch, but you can try it out. Okay, in Adobe XD, you can try UI faces, like let's say generate avatar for user profiles, which I showed you now. You can use Star, which is used for checking accessibility issues. This is major, guys. Why people are telling accessibility guidelines and all these things is, many times when you do the handoff for the developer, this becomes a big problem for them. When they come back with these corrections, you will take another time to even do these corrections and give it back. Instead, if you have a plugin like this which can help you out, this will cut short your journey at least 2-3 times faster. That's the reason I'm telling you this. Okay, you can use coolers.io, which is beautiful tool. So all of these things are very, very useful for you. Okay, let's say if you're making a development handoff, you can use this tool called Zeppelin, which can generate some kind of assets and code snippets so that people can exactly find out what is the specification of the color codes, components you have, spacings you have. They can develop it using this particular thing in their website or webflow, or maybe in the WordPress when they're designing. All these things can be possible for the developers. Okay, so this is the particular plugin what I'm suggesting you. Okay, so I told you it's all making a big difference. Designers can save up to 30% of the time. I'm telling you, it can even save up to 20x faster. It's not 30%, okay? It's 20x faster at least. But this is my analysis of 20x faster, but statistics says it's 30% faster at least, okay? Consistency in design system can increase up to 40% with AI-driven documentation, which I showed you live, okay? And you can see 60% of the overall 60% of the design teams use AI to streamline their workflows, because they know if they're not doing it, they'll get a big problem, okay? Major tech companies reduce their design errors by 50%. I told you, AI tools can use you to reduce certain errors. Even if I make spelling mistake errors in the typing or in the voice, which I showed you, it can autocorrect, right? I told you. So these things will make sure it is happening properly. Okay. And also, this I showed you, adoption rate. So survey by Adobe indicated that 67% of the design teams use some form of AI tools in their workflow. It's already there. Adobe has proven that. In fact, Adobe has Adobe Sensei. In fact, Adobe has Adobe Creative Studio. So they are also having AI tools particularly inbuilt, so that the work of the Adobe people who are using that can be made even faster. Okay, maybe I'll record a separate video for that, but for now you can able to try it out. There is design teams report 20 to 40% boost in productivity when they use AI tools to manage their design system. This is the beauty, guys. If you understand the power of this, let me tell you, you will make at least 20x, I'm telling you, better than any of your fellow mates. And you can use the other time to make a very qualitative and quantitative research for your project and make it even more stronger. Same time when they deliver the project in 10 days, same time when you deliver the project in 10 days, people will see, oh my God, this person has taken at least 2 months to complete this project, which you have done only in 10 days. That is the power of going very deep into this particular tools and leveraging the power of this generative AI. Okay, I want to give you an activity also. Use ChatGPT to generate certain documentation for your components which you already created. You can explore Figma, Sketch, whatever, Gamma AI, no problem. But I would say if you are having a team, or maybe your colleagues or somebody who's helping you out, you can do that. Or just pin your work in this chat box in this video. I will be making sure to read each and every and giving you feedback. Because if you're watching the video, if you're taking some action, I will be more than happy to give you feedback in a personal level. Okay. So take that UI element which you watched in the earlier videos, and then apply all these principles what has been taught, and create a detailed documentation and give that link to me, so that I will be able to go through that and give you feedbacks where you have gone mistaken, where you have gone wrong. I'll be more than happy to support you guys. Okay, so take care. This is the exact activity I'm giving you, because sometimes people are not taking action, they'll not get results. I told you the importance of this, I told you the statistics, I told you the tools which can be effectively used, but on top of that, you need to take action, because it's huge important to integrate these AI tools into your design workflow. If you're not using it, you will not ensure consistency, your productivity, nothing will go. Okay, so please explore all these tools. So now you should understand how these AI tools work and how you can automate all this, provided if you're taking action only, you'll be able to move forward. Okay, I wish everybody all the best in this particular videos what we watched so far, and I also wanted you to make sure to subscribe to my channel for further learning like this, and also share me the work whatever you did in this project, because I believe if you're getting correction from a proper person or a proper mentor or an accountability, then and only you'll be able to progress further. Learning in ChatGPT, YouTube, online, yeah, it's okay to a certain extent. But if you want to really get good results, you can first find a mentor who can able to help you out and get a feedback and touch with them regularly, so that you will see the acceleration happening in your career. At the end of the day, you need to get results and move forward, right? It's not like too high on knowledge, you're learning, you're not getting results at all. Okay? So think about what I said now. If you want to interact with me, you can able to text, you can able to type in this text box, so that I'll be able to reply back to you. Okay? Thank you guys. Take care. All the best.